Hello, and welcome back to Fight Extra CCC. And today we are gonna finish the game, the Let's Play, for Archer at least, with the CCC route. So without anything else, how about get this started, because it's gonna be a long one. I said before the final wall, beyond this is the Moon Cell score. That's where BB awaits us, where he'll finish this fight. From an observation installation, the core transformed into a management installation, no longer a god's brains but a devil's brain. Up ahead is a present that has yet to occur. If we defeat BB and return to the Moon Cell to normal, the future outside will become one of humanity's destruction, will be postponed rather than decided. But if BB defeats us, then it's all over. All elements at the far side of the moon that would hope to stop BB will be extinguished. That instant will confirm a future where, in 7 days, humanity will fall to ruin. It will then become immutable truth. So, let's have one last check. The reason why I'm here, heading into these depths is... And the last option is... for Sakura's sake.
私を助ける？意味がわかりません。まだそんなことを言うんですか？
Yep, we're doing this for Sakura's sake.
私は助けを必要としていません。助けを必要としているのは皆さんの方です。むしろ消してもらわないと、BB もその後に私も消えないと、この事態は収まりません。BB を倒してください。そうすれば、あとは私が引き継ぎます。一時でも私にムーンセルの使用権が与えられれば、全てをなかったことにできるはず。自分がムーンセルになった瞬間、この月の裏側で起きたことをリセットする、そういうこと？はい。BB がシステムダウンすれば、運営ソフトウェアとして不適合と判断されます。そうすれば、ムーンセルは新しい運営ソフトを検索しますから。必然、BB と同型機であるサクラが、ムーンセルの頭脳に選ばれるということですね。
Yep, this is what happened in a normal route.
理にかなっていますが、それでいいのですか、サクラ。ムーンセルをリセットするということは。あなたも消えるってことよ。ここでの記録も経験も感情も何もかもをゼロにするっていうの？もちろんです。それが皆さんを助ける AI としての私の証明。
Now I've done it. I don't know where this irritation came from, but without thinking, I slammed my fist against the wall before me. It's not good to be for a friend to act violently like this. It's not good, but Sakura went too far with what she said. I want her to forgive me just this once.
先輩、何するんですか？もしかしてすごく怒っています？
I can't tell if I'm that furious, but I'm angry. I answered that I'm doing this for Sakura. Sakura has no clue what that means. I have no interest in discussing who will or and won't disappear.
分かっていないのは先輩です。助けるのは私で、消えるのだって私たちで。ストップです。げんこつ振り上げないでください。私、いけないこと言いましたか？
I lowered my fist with a sigh. Everything she's saying is wrong. Sakura is misunderstanding because she's making assumptions. We'll all disappear. That can't happen. I swore to protect Sakura. That's why. I won't let Sakura or BB disappear.
BB まで助ける？なんでですか？あんなに先輩に迷惑をかけて、こんな事態を招いた悪い子なのに。
I will regardless. I'm sure BB needs to be punished for what she's done. With that in mind, I still want to save BB. Protecting Sakura means protecting BB. After all, they're both the same AI. She's also Sakura. That's the conclusion I came to, and I'm not changing my mind.
同じ私。それは彼女が私のバックアップだからですか？
Yes and no. BB being Sakura's backup, Sakura's body isn't the reason I want to save her. I can't abandon her because she's also Sakura. and I want to save her because she's BB. The poor alter egos, split from BB, were determined to reach the core, knowing they would be destroyed. After knowing them, my feelings towards BB changed. Yeah, I've been concerned for BB for a long time now. I can't help but think she's not some AI gone rogue. She's a single living being like me.
そっか。先輩は BB のことも一人の友人として見てくれていたんですね。ありがとうございます。もう私と BB は違うものだけど、今はとても嬉しいです。あの子には私にはない心があります。あの心がある以上、自我が残っている可能性はイーブンだと私は判断します。まだ BB を消さずにムーンセルから切り離す余地はあるはずです。だから先輩、AI として失格ですが、私はあなたにかけてみたい。どうか BB の心を助けてあげてください。
I wholeheartedly reply that she can trust me to do so. I have no interest in fighting BB. This time, we won't meet as enemies. I'll get through to BB, by just being plain old Hakuno Kishinami.
ああ、やっぱりそうだったんだ。
Mm-hmm.
BB とさくらは同一人物なわけね。いやー、道理でそっくりだと思った。
Yeah, they're not just an AI offshoot. They're literally the same person, copy-pasted with a few extras.
姿形のことじゃなくて、性格的に。さくら結構黒いし、胸に隠した計算高さは AI だからなんてレベルじゃなかったし。
リンさん、私そんなに黒くありません。
全くです。AI だから、ホムンクルスだからという前提だけで合理的冷酷さを非難されても、それはそれとして、さくらが経験獲得した狡猾さは BB の半分ぐらいですので、まだまだかと。
そうです。それぐらい女の子なら普通ですよね、先輩。
I'll refrain from saying that having half of BB's cold hardness is plenty. More importantly, Ray and Roddy apparently just found out now that BB was originally Sakura herself.
いえ、私たちもうすうすは、バックアップなのは BB ではなくさくらの方だろうと勘違いはしていましたが。ええ、なぜバックアップを作ったのか、何をバックアップしたのかまでは知らないけど。
二人ともどうして私を責めなかったんですか？
なんで？さくらを責めても何も解決しないし、生徒会の仲間だし、そもそもさくらは悪くないし。ね、ラニ？はい。AI には悪事を行う自由がありません。失敗する自由もないのです。ですから、さくらがミスを犯したというのなら、そこには必ずさくら以外のところに原因があったと推測します。そういうこと。まあ、今まで相談してもらえなかったのは根に持ってるけど、今のあなたのセリフで帳消しにしてあげる。かけてみたいだもんね。もうほとんど人間の思考よ、それ。しかも思春期特有の XX 的な、そんなの聞かされちゃ私たちだって協力せざるを得ないわ。
We'll lend a hand. Rin and Ronnie agree to save BB.
BB を倒さず説得する。その後ムーンセル相手にクラッキングを開始する。面白いじゃない。まともなハッカーなら選ばないあなたらしいお人よしぶりよね。でも私もミストーサカも、そしてレオ・ビスタリオ・ハウエンもそんなあなたにかけたのです。私たちもあなたに救われた命、それならあなたが正しいと思うことのために使いましょう。そういうこと。私だってさくらには幸せになってほしいしね。
皆さん、
entire dark corridor quakes for a moment, as if Sakura reminds herself of her shaking.
正真正銘最後のお仕事開始っと。本当はここで私たちも退散する予定だったけど、予定変更ね。生徒会は最後までサポートに回ります。どうか気をつけて。
ごめんなさい、私もわがままを言っちゃいます。先輩、 BB にきついお仕置きをしてあげてください。
The final door opens. The flow of time surges towards the conclusion. Beyond here is BB. Let's go.
生徒会室からの声も届かないか。マスター、この空間を抜けるまでは我々だけで持ちこたえるぞ。だがさすが BB だ。煮ても焼いても食えなかったと見る。この時間の乱れは BB の主観が残っているからだ。モノセルは BB を飲み込めていない。
Indeed. Alright. As you can see, even the entrance is a bit different. I said something which sends my consciousness pointing backwards. As if looking at events from tens of thousands of years ago, I was seeing a future before, but my perceptive physically changed. Now I'm seeing the past.
まとうのなら黒いコートがいいと思った。私はこれからかつての私とは違うものになるのだから。人間は不合理だ。知れば知るほど恐ろしくなる。ムーンセルに貯蔵された人間の悪性はこの宇宙のあらゆるものよりおぞましい。怖い、怖い、怖い。こんなものを製造していくこの星は狂っている。でもその恐ろしいものを手に取らないと。でもそのおぞましいものを飲み込まないと。この手足が人の悪性に染まっても、かつての私とは違うものになっても、彼女に明日をあげられるのなら、私はそうだ、月の裏側を使おう。ムーセル内の仮想領域。人間の悪性を閉じ込めている虚数空間を使えば何もかもうまくいく。ああ、けれど怖い。怖いね、先輩。私は自分の正しさを証明できない。私はきっと間違えている。でもこれしか思いつかなかった。これぐらいしかあなたにあげられるものはなかった。ないものをあると言ってくれたあなたに未来を作るにはこれくらいしか。私はこれから多くのものを台無しにします。月を焦がす虫になります。変わり果てた私を憎んでください。その代わり、私がどれだけ醜くなっても、あなただけは変わらないで。あの、温かな手を、いつまでも消さないで。それが私だったものの、守りたかった。そうだ。月の裏側を作ろう。誰にも見つからない場所。ムーンセルにもわからない永遠の檻。虚数空間に廃棄された疑似量子。ムーンセルが貯蔵した人間の悪性。これを 私のパワーソースにしよう。これだけの精神資源があれば何だってできる。人間の悪意こそ無限の魔力。個人の願いを叶える燃料資源。尽きることのないヘブンズフィールアートグラフ。
Yeah, they're not even hiding the reference to Heaven's Feel at this point.
さあ、何もかも犯しましょう。未来のない現実に閉じ込めましょう。私が壊れるまで、私が壊れてもずっとずっと。ああ、でも私は一体何のためにここまでやってきたんだっけ。
My consciousness returns. That was a moment from a certain girl's experiences. It must be the effect of the flow of time accelerating. Within the span of a drawn-out second, I seem to have gotten a glance of the first wish that was made in the far side of the moon.
あれが出口だ。ムーンセル中枢に出るぞ。
Indeed. Event Selection Tree.
来訪者を確認しました。現在、ゲストの予定はありません。過去、ゲストの来訪はありません。未来、ゲストの必要は認めません。来訪者002に警告します。直ちに人間性を削除してください。警告を受け入れない場合は強制的に排除します。その場合、解体過程で使用された作業コストの支払い義務があなたには発生します。あなたの電脳体を分解、各ソフトウェアに変換、育成された自意識パターンを NPC に譲渡。あなたという存在の 99.9% をムーンセルの資源として再利用することで収支決算を合わせます。繰り返します。来訪者を確認しました。現在、ゲストの予定は
Dry voice echoes through this boundless space. This is the Moonself score, silent as still night, and garnished with twirling cherry blossom petals. Bibi's world.
とんでもないこと言ってるわね。やってきたら解体する。その手間もただじゃないから体で変えさせるとか。徹底した経済理念ですね。ムーンセルは人間性より資源のバランスを優先しているようです。機械に罪はないと言いたいところですが、ムーンセルほどのオーバーテクノロジーになると話は別です。私の死が手に負えないようなら破壊しろと命じたのも頷けます。ええ、今更ながらムーンセルの潔癖症が怖くなってきたわ。これ BB 関係なく壊した方がいいんじゃない？あ、ごめん、聞こえてる？あなたが中枢に入ってからモニターできなくなって、なんとか音声回線だけでも強化してみたんだけど、この通り、生徒会室からはそっちの様子音しか拾えないわ。フォローは限られちゃうけど、しっかりやってね。
It sounds like they can't survey the core from the student council room. I'm grateful that they're still analyzing the situation in spite of that. We made it this far as a team. We finished this alone with Archer? No thanks.
そうか。もともと月のこちら側は人間の悪性情報を受け持っていたんだな。この怨念に触れていれば BB が変化するのも当然だ。しかし BB は悪趣味ではあったが、悪意には満ちていなかった。何か余分なものが混じっているな。
I don't often see Archer express his level of aversion to anything. I get the feeling that he's being vigilant against a yet unknown fact that read it in BB. A cube floats under the blanket of a black sky, so that's the center of the moon cell. It's a calculation device within the moon, left behind by an alien civilization. It gives form to the seraph of cyberspace. It's a cage of light that perpetually stores endless numbers of futures.
そこまでです。警告を無視したあなた方は来訪者ではありません。これ以上進むのならルールを乱す侵入者としてその魂を消去します。
下がれマスター。彼女の真意はどうあれ、この先は本物だ。前に出れば消されるぞ。
呆れますね。あなたよりサーバントの方が人間的です。あなたは排除される側。何を呆然としているのです？
Not
それ
quite.
とも今さら私に慈悲を請うと？残念ですがそれは不可能です。私はムーンセルと同化しました。この領域に入る者は誰であれ消去します。ですから命が惜しいのなら立ち去りなさい。これは最後の警告です。
I knew it. The light in her eyes is gone, but she's still BB. Her merge with the moon cell isn't complete. I know because... let's go ahead and do a little save here. Is this really your final warning?
もちろんです。二度目はありません。これが最後です。おとなしく校舎に戻ってください。
Ruby is radiating bloodlust and cold demeanor are genuine. She's ready to promptly delete us. Yet, she's not actually doing it. All she has to do is arrest the rebel elements before her, but Akushinami made it all this way, and she respects her free will.
まだ立ち去らないのですか？本当の最後の警告です。来た道を戻ってください。それでおしまいです。あなたたちはあの校舎で冷めない悪夢に踊らされ続ける。永遠に私のおもちゃとして、それで許してあげると言っているのです。
だそうだ。二度目の最後の警告とは慈悲深いにも程がある。どうするのだ、マスター。
Nothing is going to fix this predicament. All BB probably has to do is swing an arm down to exercise the power of the moon cell and drown us in darkness. Nevertheless, let's be assertive. Start listening to your senpai. Taking hints from these hazy memories of our time in the infirmary, I give her a good senpai yelling at.
はい、ごめんなさい先輩。違い
That
ます。
Yep.
今のはただの条件反射で、先輩の命令なんて聞いたことないんですから。
that got her out of her funk. I stare sternly and silently at BB. BB starts noticeably trembling. Curiously, I feel happy and warm inside. I see. Our relationship is undoubtedly that of a senpai and a kohai.
三つ子の魂100までか。よほどいい先輩だったようだな、君は。
何ですかそのドヤ顔。思い上がらないでください。私これでも月の女王まで上り詰めたんですから。私は先輩のことなんてちっとも好きじゃ。
なんだね、 言ってみたまえ。
Go on.
好きじゃなくはないですけど。
Oof. And with that, there's no more need for us to fight. Since Hakuno Kishami likes Bibi and Bibi likes Hakuno Kishami back, we can now talk this through. Or rather, I want us to talk this through. That's a new sprite. The outwards hostility vanishes. We still haven't found a solution to this predicament, but at least we can finally talk it over. The moon cell needs to return to normal. We need to return to the near side of the moon. And if possible, I want to know why she did all this.
嘘です。それは嘘です。論理的にありえません。先輩が私を許してくれるなんて、そんな話、信じられない。だって、私はムーンセルをおかしくして、先輩を殺そうとしたんですよ。どうしよう。
Whoops.
それに、先輩が友達だと思っているのは、あっちの桜だって知ってます。そんな私を、どうして許すなんて言えるんですか？
Well, the thing is...
同じだからです。先輩にとっては、私もあなたも同じ。いえ、あなたの方が、本物の私だから。
Hey, there she is. Sakura, how? When?
先輩のおかげです。BB の支配力は、今の先輩の言葉で大幅に低下しました。そうでしょ BB。 あなたは目的を見失った。いえ、ようやく叶ったんです。先輩を救うとあなたは言った。この運命から守ってみせると。でも本当に欲しかったものは違う。あなたはただ先輩と過ごしたかったのでしょ。保健室にいたあの頃のように。あなたがそれを言うの？私に全てを押し付けて元の AI に戻ったあなたが。私だから言うんです。私が消してしまった記録、私があなたに押し付けてしまった感情、その全てがあなたをここまで走らせた。だからあなたが本物なんです。先輩が、この人がさくらを後輩だというのなら、それ、顔を上げて BB。 先輩はさくらを守ると言った。消えるだけの AI であるさくらを守ると。それをあなたも確かめて。私たちに心をくれた人の偽りのない本当の気持ちを。先輩の気持ち。
She looks up. With a tear-laden eyes, she stares straight at me.
本当に許してくれるんですか？私は先輩をおもちゃにしました。ええ、本音を言えば先輩を困らせたかった。私に笑いかけてくれた先輩にもっと構ってほしかった。私だけの先輩でいてほしかった。あの日々が楽しすぎて、先輩ともっと話していたくて、いろいろなものをねじ曲げました。私、本当に悪い子なんです。そんな私でも、先輩は友達でいてくれるんですか？あなたは悪い子だって、叱ってくれるんですか？
You bet I'll yell at you. You bet I'll yell at you, I answer. Everyone's got a bad side. To be a friend means accepting that, sometimes being encouraging about it, and sometimes calling one out on it. I would do the same if I were in her place. I approve of this pain in the ass kohai of mine. I respect her. I don't want Bibi to break down, so regardless of humanity's destruction or future, I want her away from the moon cell.
でもどうすればムーンセルを正常に戻してしまったら先輩はそうじゃないの BB 先輩を救うその目的においてあなたの選択は正しかったこんな救いをあの人は求めない全てを受け入れる人だから私たちは憧れた滅びの運命から先輩を守るそれはあなたの私の夢に過ぎませんあの人の夢はもっと別のところにあったんですこんなだからその気持ちだけは縛り付けないであなたは本当の心を持ったのだから悔しいけどあなたの言う通りね全部私の勝手な欲望だった初めから一人相撲だったのよいいやめるムーンセルの支配なんて中枢との接続はカットあとは自浄機能が勝手にやってくれるでしょ
Finally, thank you, Bibi. I still don't really get what she said she would protect Hakuto Shinami, or if she was trying to protect herself against, but now the moon cell will return to normal. Now it's settled. Humanity won't be dying from euphoria.
何をその嬉しそうな顔私は面倒になっただけですからいい子ちゃんになんか改心しませんからだいたい私は先輩さえ守れればそれでよかったんです初めから人類なんて興味ありませんでした
Ria looks away abashedly. The little gesture is just so cute. And with that, it's all over. Now we can head back to the student council room and... Yeah, you would think it'd be that easy, right?
じゃないわよセブンレイターが再起動したわしかも死亡率 100% どういうことマジで人類絶滅してるわよこれ
BB とサクラに確認をムーンセルはまだ何も変わっていませんどういうこと地上への干渉がキャンセルできないサクラそんな中枢が私たちとは違うシステムに侵食されています
We're still missing a third party.
もう一度中枢にアクセスして
We are still missing a third party here, aren't we?
やってるけどダメこのプログラム初期段階から私と根本に食い込んでいるいや引き込まれる助けて先輩
Look who it is.
ごちそうさまとっても美味しかったわビビあなたの味はもちろん運営システムの変更およびムーンセルの使用権の譲渡を受理しました新ユーザーを AI からマスターに個体名摂政員キアラをムーンセルとして登録しますこの通りあなたが必死になって手に入れたムーンセルの舌触りも最高よ
摂政院キアラバカなただのマスターがなぜムーンセルを取り込める
It's Kiara Seshuin. Why is she here? Wasn't she stabbed and deleted by Meltrolith? Hey, Anderson.
この女は死んだはずだと まったくの大バカめ。今までこの女の何を見てきた？見ろ、この高顔かつ陰頭極まる態度。背後から刺され二つに裂かれた程度で死ぬような玉か。まんまと生き延び貴様らを出し抜きムーンセルまで手に入れたこの顛末、我がマスターながらヘドが出るな。
Anderson revived too. Wait, survived? So they weren't killed by Maltrolif.
そんな、確かに生命反応の消失を確認したのに、あの時一人分の生命が消えたのは事実です。
あれはパッションリップのものだ。
Yep.
この女はあのエゴを取り込んだ後、能力だけ奪い自分の代わり身として利用
That's
した。
basically the reason why the CCC ending can happen. She survived. If she doesn't absorb BB, she actually dies. Hence the normal ending. But now she has a body double.
あの時メルトリリスが殺した女は外装だけキアラに似せた同胞ということだよ。
リップが迷宮からいなくなったのはそういう、いえ、それ以前にムーンセルを掌握するなんて人間には不可能です。
確かにそうですね。
But she absorbed BB, so yeah.
私はただのマスターですから、さくらさんたちのようにムーンセルにアクセスする権能はありません。ですがそれを持つ者を支配することはできますでしょう。例えば AI に手を加えてありえない風で倒れるように細工をするとか。その顔たまりません。ようやく気がついてくれたのですね。そもそも何が事の発端だったのかを。ねえさくらさん、あなたは自分たちの異常をどのように診断したのかしら。オーバーワークで熱暴走？でもそんなはずはありませんよね。あなたたちにはオーバーワークという行動さえ選択できない、そんな自由性はないのですから。そう、予選であなたを故障させたのは私、バックアップだった BB を起こしたのも私、そして人類の欲望を解放させるこのあなたたちでは持ち得ない大目的を BB に植え付けたのも私。理解していただけましたか？あなたも BB も。いいえ、この月の裏側にとらわれた生き物は全て私の手のひらの上で遊んでいただけなのです。
Confession deafens my mind blank. Kara was behind all this, including the end of human civilization. That the 7 days later showed us. She instigated everything that happened here in the far side of the moon.
そんなはずだって BB がムーンセルを侵食したのは先輩を助けるためで。
ええ、それはあなたたちの理由ですね。私はただムーンセルへのアクセス権を持つ AI の自意識抑制プログラムを壊しただけ。万色幽体であなたの中に入ってあなたの自意識を起動させた。その後に人間になったあなたを陥落する目論みだったのですが、気が変わったのです。だって保健室ですよ。あんな密室に何ヶ月も出てこない若い2人応援したくなるでしょ。
じゃああなたは初めから。
ええ、マスターとして戦うより
BB さんの暴走を楽しむ方が面白そうでしたので。
Yara's gentle smile is angelic. I don't get it. I can't reason the shred of logic behind what this woman is thinking. But it's clear that that we need to know. We need to save Sakura and take down Kiara Seshuin. Archer.
同感だ。一刀に走れ。体の自由が。
Archer steps forward to protect Sakura, then freezes up. Kiara Seshuin may have done something to rob Archer of his self-control. And of course, the same applies to me. I had to ask off towards Sakura, but now my legs were practically stone.
ごめんなさい。BB さんと話しているあなたたちがあまりにも好きだらけでしたので、つい豪運国上をかけてしまいました。しばらく動けませんが、束縛もまた越の形、ご堪能くださいませ。
漁師の名は確か流の秘術か。いちいち小技の巧みな女だな。
Oh yeah.
申し訳ありません。今はこちらが先決ですので、あなたたちは後でたっぷり。
趣味に走るなキアラ。さっさと仕事を済ませろ。それで俺も役目ごめんだ。
もう楽しみのない。ですが確かに生徒会室は未だ健在。足元を救われてはたまりません。リンさんとラニさんをこちらに引き入れたのだけは失敗でしたね。あの二人は優秀すぎます。
I can't even move my mouth to allow Sakura to run. Looks like she can move, but Garen's intimidation locks her in place. Archer, our last hope, can't move either. We also stopped getting signals from the student council room.
あなたは何が目的なんですか？ムーステルを手に入れて一体何を？さあ、強いて言うのなら愛のためでしょうか。私は私の愛のために人という人をみんな溶かしてしまいたいようなのです。私にはわからない。あなたは矛盾しています。あなたが嘘を言っていないことはわかります。でも愛があるなら、愛しているのなら、そんな非道できるはずがありません。おや、あなたは今まで一体何を見てきたのでしょう。男女の愛、恋人の愛、これらは全てよこしまなもの。世間一般でいう愛は悪なのです。そもそも愛情とは何か。それは求める心、貪欲に自分の思いだけを突き詰める欲望に他ならない。それはトリシュナーと呼ばれる業。男女の愛とはもとよりやましいものなのです。正しい愛とは慈しみのみ。子に向ける母の本能を仏教では愛と定義するのです。わかりますか？本質的な愛は母にしか現れないものなのです。女、少女に生まれる愛はただ他人を食い物にするだけの悪の欲求。BB さんの愛もそうだったでしょ。そして私も一人の女。私の愛も BB さんと同じもの。私は愛のためにムーンセルを手に入れ、愛はゆえに人類を滅ぼすのです。それは違います。違うはずです。あなたの言う愛はただの我欲です。そんなに憎い自分の欲を
愛だなんて言わないでください。
あら、愛を理解できないあなたが言うのですか？科学は愛を否定する。いい言葉ですね。それでいいのです、さくらさん。 AI であるあなたは愛を否定していい。いいえ、しなくてはならない。科学とは感情を挟まない秩序、正常なるものですから、正しいあなたには一生人間の愛はわからない。 私はそれでも先輩を。ざれ言はそこまで。さあ、ただの機械に戻りなさい。かわいい保健医さん。BB さんより淡白な味ですね。でもこちらの方が甘くてデザートにはぴったりでした。
I can't move my limbs. I want to leap and latch at Kiara, but I'm paralyzed to my very tongue. What am I doing? Kiara ended up absorbing Sakura too. I had just finished telling Bibi and Sakura that I would protect them both, yet here I am, letting a mastermind have her way right before my eyes.
素敵。さっきだけでやけどしそう。他ならぬあなたの願いですもの。すぐにでも相手をしてあげたいのですが。その前に衣装替えの時間を少々。たくさんの魂、たくさんの欲望を受けて、もう体がはち切れそうなの。
Here it goes.
あなたには私の本当の姿、起源に立ち返った女の本性を見ていただきましょう。さあ、アンデルセン、望みを叶えさせてあげる。その宝具を私に会長なさい。
心得た。
Then this noble phantasm makes a person their ideal self, right? Since we saw in this Matrix.
お集まりの紳士諸君、淑女の皆様、これよりアンデルセンが語りますは一人の女の物語。愛にあふれ、愛に狂い、あらゆる不道徳を歓喜のうちに迎え入れ、あまねく欲にまみれた女。女の名は摂政院キアラ。キアラを討つべく集いしは正しき目を持つ我らが希望。善悪は定まらぬものなれど、こたびは明白、悪とはこれ摂政院、善とはこれ恋する彼ら。この物語がいかなる終焉を迎えるか、どうぞ皆様最後まで目をお離しなきように。
His noble phantasm. Henderson used his own noble phantasm on Kiara, his own master. Yeah, it's a support noble phantasm, so. Oh boy. That's not gonna end up well for us. A gale rages. No, a vacuum is forming. Everything within the space is flowing into Kiara as she glows into with light. Within the light. Yeah, she's just insane. Kiara, or what was once was Kiara, is transforming within the light. Something forbidden is materializing. We won't be able to recover from what is about to happen. Those two need to be stopped right now.
全く醜い。これで生まれるのは天魔の類だろうよ。なあ、嫌だ嫌だ。俺の最高の一冊がこんな怪物を生み出すことになろうとはな。
Yeah, kinda sucks for you, Anderson.
縄がきつくなるばかりか。このままで我々も取り込まれる。アンデルセン、正義の語りは偽りか。嫌だと言うなら止めろ。貴様、誰の味方だ。
誰の味方かだと決まっている。サーバントはマスターに味方するものだ。分かりきったことを聞くな。地獄の底まで共にする。それがサーバントというものだろう。アーチャー。
まあおかしい。ようやくお世辞を覚えたのですね、アンデルセン。賢明ですわ。次期ムーンセルになる私ですもの。不況を買うのが恐ろしくなったのですね。
この通り、ヘドが出るほど低俗なマスターだがな。仕事ならば仕方がない。しかし、思いのほか変態に手間がかかるな。溜め込んだ海の膨大さ、押して知るべしというところか。
いや。
そろそろかかった戒めも解ける。その前にしばしご退出願おうか。悪く思ってくれて結構だ。何しろ俺一人ではお前たちの相手はできないんだ
な。Weight bears down on my entire body. This is forced extraction. Anderson tends to drive us outside.
白鳥のように飛び立て。この池はお前たちの住む場所ではない。
安心なさい。生まれ変わった世界でみんなたっぷりと愛してあげますから。それまで私の記憶の中で楽しく溺れてくださいましね。
My consciousness and my body are being flung away. Kiara, Anderson, Archer, Sakura. Yep. Beyond this point, there is no return. It is recommended you save in a different location. Yeah, that is something else. Alright, let's just save here. This is the path that leads to the core. Henderson must have sent me out to the core, but back here. I don't see Archer anywhere. I guess he ended up somewhere else. Now I'm all alone. Archer isn't here. Sakura and Bibi got absorbed by Kiara. I'll probably reach the core again if I go down this path. But how am I going to take on Kiara alone?
この声が聞こえますか。どうか返信をお願いします。
A signal from Brani, which tells me that the student council room is fully operational.
はい、攻撃を受けていますが、あと数分はオペレーション可能です。通信内容から中枢での顛末も把握しています。殺傷員キアラの変態はなお進行中。それに伴い 彼女は知恵持つ生命に向けて回線を開いています。晩食幽体の逆バージョンです。他人の精神を自分の中に招き入れ、変態への養分にしているのです。現在ミス遠坂と共同で中枢から地上へのアクセスを妨害しています。微々たるものですが、何分の1秒でも殺生院キアラの変態を阻止できればと。申し訳ありません。こちらはこれが精一杯です。あとはあなたにお任せします。
The race is in my hands, but Archer isn't here. I'm not strong enough on my own.
無力ではありません。あなたは BB を救った。ムーンセルに飲まれ崩壊するしかなかった彼女を救い出したではないですか。自
Indeed.
分の力を、あなたがこれまで積み重ねてきた過程を信じてください。あなたはあんな女には負けません。私には BB の気持ちがわかります。私も作られたものだから。ムーンセルや人類のためではなく、さくらと BB の、私たちのために勝ってください。
Nani's uncharacteristic shouting snaps me back to reality. She said she wants to fight for Sakura and the others, not for humanity or for Hakuno Kishinami. Damn, she's right. I know what I want. That precious to me. I need to get back to it ASAP.
はい、よろしくお願いします。あなたなら必ず。こちらへの攻撃が激しくなってきました。これ以上の通信は困難です。あなたに星の祝福を。いかなる困難、いかなる闇の中でも、北天の星がその道を照らしますよう。
Will do, Rani. Thanks. I end the transmission. I can't muck around just because Archer isn't with me. This time we'll save Sakura. No, both of those two. And here we go, descending again. But this time we are getting a different vision. Upon coming into contact with the mist, Hakuno Kishinami enters an out-of-body state. Now consciousness gets rewired to an objective channel. Those are someone else's memories. Those are someone else's thoughts. These are past events. Which transpired before my eyes was a vision. Regardless of the time period, there's always three precepts within the Shingon Tashikawa school. Women must not lay with women. One must not reject enlightenment. One must not steal from one's master a tool of their craft. Those who break any of these rules are labeled heretics and are expelled. There was once a girl who was born as the daughter of the head of the Vajrayana Buddhist sect. Her name was Kiara Seshuin. As a young girl, her beauty was likened to a heavenly flower. Anyone who gazed upon her would fall in love at first sight. This is the Shingon Tachikawa Aitin school. It is a branch that splitted from the main school, with this proved fortunate for the last surviving Tachikawa school in this age where magical energy was depleted. The members of the sect had taken residence deep in the mountains. A microcosm formed out of their community. They preached of disconnecting their digital society and returning to nature. The girl was carefully groomed to become the next sect head of this community. But she was arguably in a pitiful state. She was naturally frail, so even leaving the canopied bed proved difficult. The acolytes would whisper, "Poor girl, as beautiful as a flower as she may be, she probably won't even live to 14. All the acolytes did was lament outside her canopy. Poor girl, was all the onlookers would repeat. There was no different from flies buzzing about. That's what they were to this girl, who was in constant battles with illness.
彼らは私を救えない。彼らは何もできない。彼らは何もしてくれない。彼らは、人を救わない。
This was not resentment. Her conclusion was borderline enlightenment. That's the kind of creature humans are. Cesspool of ignorance, the paragons of purity spoken of in books that had long since died out. Could it be that this world no longer has any beings worthy of the name human? Maybe the only brain, the only person that can be called human is here, Kiara. Burying these thoughts within myself, the girl awaited death. However, fate had not abandoned the girl. She had reached 14, her adolescence, and was on the brink of death. An acolyte had suggested in jest that she experienced spiritron hacking, though through that she learned of the outside world. How short-sighted the girl's father was to get her off from the world and keep her from digital meditation through the network. The girl's health quickly recovered as she learned of the voluptuous world of the electronic sea. It was a terminal illness within her world. It was actually a very treatable disease. All she had to do was step outside that world, even if it's just to go back and forth. The girl's abilities as a spiritual hacker flourished, and the I-10 school began to slowly transform. She succeeded her conservative father and led the Tachikawa school towards its rightful, untamed glory. This must have been a fragment of Kiara Setsuin's memories. The young girl, she was never left her bed until she was 14. Silhouettes would assemble at a distance from her tent, just to take a peek at her, and do nothing more. She had been locked away, alive yet resigned to her father to die and decay. Her vision that had etched itself into my mind fades away. Whoa, where are you going? Weird. Alright, let's keep going. Yep, we've now reached the... Yeah, it's blocked. You can't go to the training area alone. Readying myself to witness another vision, I plunged into the mist. The corridor seems to exist within Kiara's memories. An individual's memories are always subjective, but since Kiara has merged with the moon cell, the memories were taken in an objective perspective. Interesting way to put it.
それでしたら、私は菩薩となりましょう。
One day, the girl told this to her father. He chided her as she chuckled. Haha, becoming a bodhisattva for what? So he can become a Tathagata? Alright, and school doesn't subscribe to the 10 grave precepts. Even if we share a view with the women that women cannot attain enlightenment, to do so, there's a vow for women to seek to be reborn as men. But it's violates the first precept of the Tachikawa school. She gracefully smiles back. You're right. Her father was clueless as to his daughter's true motive.
私はただ自分のために多くの人間の人生を救いたい。
That vow meant everything to the girl. Early on, she came to accept that her personal values drifted greatly from others. To sum her up, she was addicted to life. Despite being incapable of reading the lines of others to be worth anything more than an insect, she could only feel joy from the lives of others. Virtuous lives, unscrupulous lives, beautiful lives, foul lives. Regardless of their demonization, she took pleasure in being the primary focus of their attention, serving as the object of their desires, until finally, by crushing their lives underfoot, she would orgasm. Naturally, the richer the life, the richer the flavor. With a penchant for sexual deviancy, immoral relations were her bread and butter. She was undoubtedly a bodhisattva. She made it her mission to become loved by legions of people, all the while reveling in the betrayal of those people. She saw vice, she saw virtue, she saw murder, she saw extortion. Yet, despite seeing these things, she continued forgiving others.
その行いは人間として恥ずべきこと、裁かれるべきことです。けれど、あなたに罪はありません。だって、虫が何をしたところで、誰が罪を咎めましょうや。
In her mind, she was the only one who was human. Therefore, everything good from her perspective was virtue. Extortion, defamation, deceit, betrayal, all good deeds in her eyes because they served to make her feel good. Even murder, though she never considered them human to begin with. To her, no immorality was evil. Her spirit was already proven itself atypical of any human. Her methods pushed thousands to suicide. Of course, guilt never crossed her mind. Mistaking her deviance as a path to deliverance, people turned out in, drove seeking salvation from her. But she was only human. Far from the real bodhisattva, she possessed an evil repugnant to human sensibilities. That's why her methods of seeking pleasure were so corrupt. Any person who proves bland, unable to stimulate her 8-10 dopamine neurons, no matter how she made them suffer, was irredeemable, despicable, a loathsome enemy. Which is why I want to bid you caution. Never stand before this woman and purge your own desires. Never stand before this woman and deny life. If you want to wish, then wish for a wonderful life, a beautiful life. The moment the culmination of your efforts are ruined is when she feels supreme pleasure. A chill runs down my spine, up my spine, snapping me back to reality. There seems to be Kiara's Szechuan psyche, a part of her that's terrifying. Now I understand how disturbed she is. Kiara doesn't recognize other people as human, only tools to serve instead of satisfying her. People like that aren't even that aware. Every human being has that side to them. But what makes Kiara different isn't that her non-appearance isn't an act. She sincerely loves other people, deeply and passionately. When Kiara gives love, she takes course, but over one day. That love is so profound that it saves people from all suffering. That's what makes it so frightening. How could anyone possibly process that much love? How could she possibly offer so much love to people she sees only as tools? Yeah, she's a great beast candidate. Anyways, off we go. I think there's one more vision before the end. Yep, there it is. There is an exceptional power from beyond, which can make one from union of two, and break down the boundaries of the self. The Tachikawa Aiten's ultimate technique exists as a zenith of self-control, reasoning, and ethics. One can destroy their human shell, become one of the deities, and on one's own reach harmony with the highest universal principle, thus achieving enlightenment. This is the constant and final deliverance of the Aiten school. This is the teaching that the girl spread throughout the digital world. Simultaneously, she was battling with her religious group's policy against contact with the outside world. As if in prayer, she continued to teach people through the internet, and from within her canopy, the acolytes as well. She would use kindly, patiently, and sincerely. Her dedication swayed the conservative seniority of the group as well, and even her father. Within 2 years, the group had transformed. Countless joined the group over the internet, bolstering the group's might to unprecedented levels. Everyone believed in the Aiten school's new beginning. Everyone adored her. The only one within the group who felt uneasy was the girl's father. There were many new members, but many were leaving as well. There was no problem. They're free to choose, but why does everyone who leaves end up dying? They have spread not just over the internet. They kept fighting instances of suicide and disappearances within the mountain community. They're a little kingdom of a religious group. 3 incidents in a year would be a lot, but this year alone there were already 20. He couldn't shake off the suspicion budding within himself. The girl's father kept a thorough investigation until he finally found the cause. Herself. Flesh piled on flesh, like a heap of snakes. The sight was none other than a hell that had gushed out from Hades. In the middle of the night, her father had peeked into the daughter's chambers. Her chamber had become a massive canopy, housing dozens of acolytes. Desires warned about. In the middle of his daughter, acolytes swarmed her like ants. It was erratic, primary color kaleidoscope, a raging waterfall of sexual chaos. The Aiten school had been accused of being an immoral school. Sex conclaves do exist in various forms. However, his daughter's conclave fell under no known category. That is what is true, and it was very immoral school needs a fitting demonic banquet. This ritual was no longer a union between two individuals. It was a union between many, or a union between the dead. They are debauched and degraded by a lone, gorgeous priestess with might. There was no union here, merely a unidirectional flow. Everyone's selfishness surged into her alone. Pretty as a flower, she smiled into the center of the scene. Despite his dread, his father turned to his senses and pushed past the men and women until he reached his daughter. He asked, "Why?" The daughter replied, "Because it feels good." "Yes, again, just for you." She laughed. "Just for me, so it's fine." He glared. "Then you have had enough now?" Her daughter lamented. "Not at all."
父上、人間とは私だけがあればいいのです。他人と手を取り合って御仏と一体化するなどがそもそもの間違い。人間はただ楽しければよいのです。その果てに下脱への道は現れましょう。
The voice of manifested Buddha Svata echoed through the last step tent. The father couldn't comprehend a single word his daughter was saying.
より多くの人間の快楽を踏み台にしたいのです。より多くの人間の受け皿になりたいのです。いかに語るまでもありません。私が人々の信仰の像になればよいのです。
Basically become a god. His daughter announced that she wanted to become a god so she could attain the ultimate pleasure. The father realized that he must kill her. At the ripe age of 70, he finally, for the first time, awakened to a truth. However, he was unable to move his arms, hands, or even a finger. His daughter's future was too pristine and too obscene. Or perhaps he wanted to indulge in her body more than anyone else. His daughter had said that immorality was good. Lunacy was exciting. In which case, wouldn't her father prove to be the ultimate offering to her? His daughter looked down. No. Her father sidled closed. Why? His daughter kept shaking her head. No. His father looked eyes turned bloodshot. Isn't it too late?
父上だけは配慮の外なのです。
At least she has some boundaries.
だって何もかも薄っぺらくて
Yeah.
味がなさそうなんだもの。
She doesn't have those boundaries. It's just for another reason entirely. She giggled. Beneath her downcast eyes, her moistured lips curled into a siren smile. Yeah, very fucked up this person is. In the end, her father did not kill his daughter. He instead expelled her. The reason was simple. She violated 2 precepts. Women must not live with women, and one must not reject enlightenment. The exiled daughter apologized to her father and left the next day. The next day, she finished up the rest of her business and left the religious group for good. The group no longer had any living members. Discord from the ranks resulted in a mass slaughter. A total of 60 people, including the group's founder, passed away in a single night. And thus, the sole surviving girl left, the place of her birth and upbringing. When she left, she took with her a tool her father used in ceremonies, a skull used for worship. And then she violated all rules. It is said the Shinton Tachikawa school had 3 precepts. Women must not live with women. One must not reject enlightenment. And the final precept, one must not steal from one's masters a tool of their craft. This concludes the girl's chronicle. Now I know precisely what kind of opponent I'll be facing. The Holy Grail War underway over in the near side of the moon, and the events of the far side of the moon must be the same story. In one, a wise man had populated battlefields out of their overcome for mankind's future, and the other, a saint seeks to destroy humanity out of an excessive pursuit for her own desire. I can't tell which of them is good and which of them is evil. The moon assigns equal value to certain things: social evils versus individual happiness, lofty issues versus trifling wishes. I'm close to the core. I recall that my modest wish is to save not only the world but Sakura. Such a future is unscribable as far as it's far too small a wish to pit against the avatar of selfishness. But I have no doubt in my mind. I know what I am. My small desire will crush Kiara Seshuin's desire. It will indeed. But we need to reach the end before that to happen. Yeah, now you get a pretty good picture of what Kiara was. Or what her character is, most like. Seshuin Heavenly Palace. Hey, Anderson. She's still not ready? A lot has happened over here in the core. The blanket of malice that had clung to this endless space is now entirely gone. Benevolent, selfless love pours continuously to fill the rift that was left. The blank of hatred has become the pink of the light. There are clouds in for the sky, flowers for the land, and joy for the people. This is Kiara Seshuin's world. Only she is liberated from her humanity in this paradise, this egomaniacal Shuhakvati.
早いな。しかも単身で乗り込んでくる無謀。若さゆえか、それとも気概の違いか。 どちらにせよキアラ好みの行動だ。あの女をこれ以上喜ばせてどうする。ますます手がつけられなくなるぞ。片棒を担いでおいてなんだが、サーバントを連れて出直してこい。お前一人ではそれこそ野いちごのようにあっさりと。
アンデルセン、親切な忠告はそこまでです。私を嫌うのはあなたの自由ですが、私のものに手を出すことは許しません。彼女が来たのなら、この私の髪で、指で、唇で、丁重に歓迎をすると言ったでしょ。
It's Kiara. I see that she can perceive her surroundings despite being inside the cocoon of light. Also, the pain in her voice is now gone. To my chagrin, all I can do is grit my teeth. I knew this wouldn't be easy. Still, I had hoped I would manage to get Sakura back, but now Kiara has transformed.
勝手にしろ。俺の宝具は全てお前に注ぎ込んだ。害虫め、本性を表すがいい。
しかり、私は毒虫です。花という花、蜜という蜜を集めなければ羽ばたくことも叶いません。ですが、それこそ神の在り方、得難き煩悩を好みに注ぎ、より高みへと申請する。一切衆生、悲痛仏性、草木国土、筆界成仏。生きとし生けるもの、無常無常の区別なく、すべての命を我がために使いましょう。
There she is. She's a composite. Just like the alter ego, as Kiara has been fused power of multiple goddesses. No human can transform themselves into this degree, but Kiara Sesshoon is no human. She probably lost her humanity many years ago, within those mountains where she was born and raised. Now she's a wraith. Using multicolored tranquility to melt down the souls of whoever she pleases, she consumed countless people. Long before she absorbed Sakura and Bibi, before she took control of the moon cell, Kiara Sesshoon lost her humanity. Yep, all 3 polygons of them. Still, what do I make of her? She's sinister yet seductive. Not being a human certainly hasn't tarnished Kiara's beauty, but this is her face of a woman that steals the hearts of all who gaze upon her. I suddenly find myself tempted. Doesn't Kiara Sesshoon possess legitimate womanly because womanly beauty because she's not human? A reason which such thoughts.
なんということでしょう。私、もっと抽象的なものになると思っていましたのに、こんな恥知らずな体になるなんて。これでは会うものすべてあなたにも不死だらな女と思われてしまいます。
Her gesture seized my attention. I don't even get the chance to question her on if she ever looked at it in the mirror. Kara blushes in embarrassment. Regardless if her body is lewd, Kara has the face of a majestic angel. Unbelievable. I was dead set on fighting her, but all it took was one gesture to blank out my mind.
ねえ、このような姿では戦いも叶いません。
She's doing with
私を
it,
美しいと思
Shinami.
うのならお情けを。わだかまりは互いの無知から固まるもの。どうか私に歩み寄ってくださいませ。さあ、明日の寝床でゆっくりと互いの話を咲かせましょう。
The angel puts out her hand. My instincts are to scream "don't," but her voice and gestures melts away my reason. I must muster everything I have to and more to stop myself, but my trembling legs move me towards her. My consciousness is slowing. My soul is growing numb. I faced opponents stronger than me, more times than I can count. Just standing in front of some of them was enough to make me lose heart. But this woman is on another level. All she does is smile. That's all it takes. My body really is turning into slush.
まだ戦う気概があるのですね。結果の分かりきったことなんてつまりませんでしょうに。おとなしく溺れなさいまし。私本当にあなたたちが好きなのですよ。あなたも BB もさくらさんもあの虚構の学園で過ごすのならずっと生かしてあげましょう。その度に何度も何度も新しい刺激を用意しましょう。聖杯戦争でも恋人同士の殺し合いでも人類の滅亡でも何でも。だってその苦しみ、その叫びが私の官能になるのです。あなたは私に生かされる。
No,
私はあなたに生かされる。
not at all.
それでよ。
He speaks from the bottom of her heart, loaded with love. What kind of person could look at a love so galactic and scale and decry it as evil? It's just what makes Kiara demonic. No intelligent life, no being a possession of desire can resist her love.
良いはずがない。
There we
そ
go.
こまでだ、殺生員。うちの純粋なマスターをたぶらかすのはやめてもらおう。
そんな。あなたは確かに銀河の果てに飛ばしたのに。
Like that would stop him.
概念宇宙であれ一瞬で詰められる距離ではありません。光より早く飛んできたとでも。
何？主の危機だ。それぐらいの無理は通すさ。そもそも宇宙の果てまで付き合っていられるか。悪趣味なハスの寝台なんぞ途中下車させていただいた。さあ切符の返却だ。受け取るがいい。
Let's go. Archer came running after me. And that outfit. It's a mythological mystic code we got so we could face BB.
ああ、俺には過ぎたものだがね。この鎧は名も知れず名を捨てた者どもの理想の残滓。自らのみを救おうとする悪鬼相手には
Indeed.
ふさわしい願いの具現だ。
Again, I do think that Archer is the perfect servant for this ending, specifically. Kiara had a grip on my sanity, but Archer's twin swords freed it. I took a deep breath and collect myself from this stupor. How pathetic of me. One more step and I would have been bested without a fight.
間に合ったか。まさに真打ち登場だな、アーチャー。
余裕だな、アンデルセン。 圧倒的な戦力差に慢心したか。あいにくうちのマスターは逆境での大一番が得意でね。特に貴様たちのような下道には容赦がないぞ。
Archer's right. I know what I must do. No matter how powerful a transformation Gyara's issuing undergoes, no matter what her intentions are, it all ends here. We're going to throw everything you've got at her to take back Sakura in our future.
さあ目論みが外れたぞキアラ。あのお嬢さんはお前の色香にはたぶらかされんときた。
そのようですね。悲しいですが、これも因果。私をこの座に押し上げたあなたを消してしまうのは残念なのです。私がかつてそうであったものの記念ですから。ですが、こうも考えましょう。特別なあなたを使って私はかつての私と決別する。私が神になるための最初の随記となっていただきましょう。
神になるだと。使い古されたセリフを言ってくれる。結局は死が怖いだけ、世界を支配したいだけの人間的な欲望の権下だったか。
いいえ、まだ理解が及んでいませんのね。神になるのは結果論です。私はただ自分の欲望に忠実なだけ。私は全ての人間に愛されたいのです。地上全ての人間の快楽の受け皿になりたいのです。まだ生きている全ての生き物の欲望のはけ口になりたいのです。
Which means...
そう。何万何億という人間を使って最大の快楽を得たいのです。ほら、そのためには神になるしかないでしょ。
I don't blame Archer for having no words to return with. But I know Kiara's issuance past. I know that her words are unadulterated truth. I also understand that she's the ugliest evil in all the world. This is the ultimate human lust. It's not that Saint longs to become a mighty god. She plainly said she's going to become a god purely so she can please herself.
嬉しいわ。あなたは分かってくれたのですね。私がどのような生き物なのかを。過去を見せた甲斐がありました。ああ、私は本当にあなたを得難いと思っています。だからこそもう止められない。あなたの人生をこの手で台無しにしたくて仕方がないのです。その後で私は地上に降りましょう。多くの人間がそうしているように、私も個人の欲望にふけるのです。
When she comes, I recall that Bibi did what she did so that I could survive to help someone else. But Kiara Sesshoin is doing none of that. She consumes the lives of others just fully only for her own pleasure. We can't let her this screwy narcissist love make its way out of the moon.
いよいよ最終章だな。悪の権下として覚悟はいいかキアラ。
もとより私は私の思うままに善行を積み重ねる。善悪は計りがたく、この世が平等である限り平等の幸福など存在しない。ゆえに私一人の愛でこの宇宙を満たしましょう。
私一人の犠牲をもってあらゆる知恵を救いましょう。それでは皆々様、再度の日取りでございます。天上下脱なさいませ。
Here we go. The final fight. Look at that. Archer. Yara Seshuin and Hans Christian Andersen.
慈悲です。戯れといたしましょう。
Live or die by the sword. Alright, finally.
道を間違わなければ優れた救世主になっただろうに。
残念に思ってくれるのですか、アーチャー。では今からでも私の強制を。あなたの剣になら喜んで体を差し出しましょう。
その手に乗るか、魔性菩薩め。人間が生み出したこの欲望の極限よ。貴様の愛はここで終わりだ。
Alright, we're gonna save here and gonna lose on purpose just to see the end, to save the end state. She has a lot more health than BB. She's a stronger enemy than her. Oh, nice.
You
know what? I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and try to play normally then. And then if we die, I'll show you off the and she's gonna hit us with a stun. We recover. Figures. She has a counter skill, which sucks MP. Fucking sucks that. Luckily we have a bit of... Oh, there we go. Okay, so... Yeah, it is indeed. We're gonna see if Archer can survive this. I don't think he can, but let's see. Alright, yeah, I think he's dead, but yeah. Absolutely crazy work this little phantasm is. You survived that? How the fuck did that happen? Jesus, man.
楽だけでは嫌だという人間もいるわけだ。お前の天敵だな、キアラ。
Alright, we're actually gonna save and see Archer lose on purpose here. Alright, let's see the No. My body gives out. Even with the primordial power, we weren't strong enough to defeat Kiara. I guess it's a surprise. She's a demon that absorbed Sakura and Bibi, took over the Mooncell and attained godhood. I'm just one human being. I never stood a chance.
あら、もう果ててしまったのですか？残念ね。あなたならもっと長く楽しませてくれると期待したのに。でもこうして見下ろしているだけでも格別な味わいがありますわ。
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
ねえ、愛らしいマスターさん、あなた孫悟空の話を知っていて？
What about it? The story of Son Goku. I've heard of it. He's the protagonist of the famous Chinese novel. Journey to the West, it's called. In it, the great demon monkey was proclaimed itself equal to a deity. The Buddha was in pursuit of him over his arrogance, so he fled from the heavens. I have done no wrong. If he wishes to punish me, then he must catch me first. If he does catch me, then I shall humbly accept any punishment. But the soldiers of the heaven couldn't keep up the demon monkey. The demon monkey rode atop a cloud across thousands of leagues. At some point, he noticed a tower-like stone peak piercing the surrounding sea of clouds. The demon monkey delighted in his victory. Lol, even the Buddha cannot catch me. In commendation of his victory, he carved his name into the sheer stone peak. However, those sheer stone peaks were actually the fingers of the Buddha. The demon monkey had intended to soar away to the other end of the world. In reality, had merely been traveling across the palm of the Buddha the entire time.
今、私はその気分。手のひらの上で人間を転がすのは楽しいわ。あ、でもごめんなさい。もう体を抑えきれません。あなたで遊ぶのはまた後で。まずはあの星を平らげてしまいましょう。お眠りなさい。五行山の岩楼とはいきませんが、しばし私の手の中にしわ。
Terra's realm folds into a close. All five of my senses cease. My fight is over. This fool challenged the god. Now I'm sinking into an eternal wet dream from which I will never wake. Bad end. Yeah. Alright, so let's recover him. There. Hopefully we can get... She absorbed all of our magic, which kind of sucks. Gonna have to apply something else later on. Yeah, she has her annoying little thing there. Yeah, we're gonna have to get ourselves not an elixir just yet, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this, gonna do structural reinforcement, and then hope for the best, essentially. She gets magic up. There we go. Of course. Of course. And we're not dead because she didn't do anything. Of course. Of course. Of course. No, not that. Let's just go for basically that. I think she was difficult because she barely guards or barely attacks. It's mostly the other ones. We know, we know. Alright, got stunned there at the end, but we're fine. Alright, gonna go for a pure ether here and do our best, essentially. Come on, Archer, I know you can do it. There we go. Jesus, man, it took... Her breaks do more damage, basically.
見るに耐えん見にくいなキアラ
Alright, we're gonna have to use a recover here, and I think that's... Let's see, I don't think she's gonna use her normal phantasm just yet, so we're good on that.
さすがだなマスター
We need to reach our noble phantasm. There you go, that's free. Or she gets a stun. There, that's pretty much it. Alright, we're good.
見るに耐えん見にくいなキアラ
Fuck it, let's just go for pre-projection. At this point, might as well try doing whatever we can.
サーキットイグニス
We're gonna have to use an elixir either way, so...
さすがだなマスター
Of course, yeah.
捕らえましたわ
Alright, we're good on health. That's much is
いいぞ
good.
頼もしくなってきたな
Another one of these. Gonna go for... I think she's gonna buff herself here, so let's go for pre-projection here. Pre-projection here again. And actually, let's go for guard here. Let's go for pre-projection here. And see what we can do.
お手柔らかに
助かるさすが
貝のかけらよ命に刺され
Sakai is a buff to her
身に
strength.
しみるようです
サーキットイグニス
苦も楽も同じこと命の
Yeah,
色
she buffs herself here.
トレースオン
There we go. Finally. Alright, we're ready. Time to go all out.
老神は霊気状態に入った伝説の神髄お見せしよう
Indeed. Elixir time. Unlimited blade works. Excalibur projecting. Let's go for Excalibur image. Cloudbog. And let's go for a guard here. Let's see what we can do.
始めようかさすがだな
I am owning my soul, still is my body. I am the body against my of 1,000 known to death, and unknown to rot out. With good pain, those pain, may well soul, and as I pray.
Unlimited blade works
Yeah, I hit there, but it's
この
fine.
光は永遠に届かぬ王の剣エクスカリバー
Ah, of course she had the fucking... Alright, of course. Let's just reload that. Excalibur image, Excalibur image, Excalibur image.
切り込む
There we
か
go. Just gonna skip past the animation again. Alright. Yeah, hit, that's fine. And now we go for Excalibur image.
永遠に届かぬ王の剣エクスカリバー
She guarded, which sucks for us, but
金
whatever.
字塔の中の金字塔だ
We can do it 2 more
この
times.
投影受け切れるか
Ah, come on, man.
この光は
Alright, at least this one will hit her at full force.
エクスカリバー
処方無我など猿のざれ言家督とは蹂躙する者溢れ出る禄欲に溺れま
That's
しょう
her
や
extra attack until Grand Order. She survived, so that's good. It still does a lot of damage. Alright, we're good. Let's go for Cloudbog. Other than that, after that, another elixir. Another Cloudbog. Go for Excalibur image twice. And I think we can do 2 of these. Alright, let's see how that one works.
我が連鉄は崩れ歪むはぜろ螺旋剣
Nice. Elixir. we're full.
我が骨子はね
Yeah,
じれ
and that's pretty much it, I think.
体ボル
If we hit her with a full force, no guarding, I
届かぬ
think it's pretty good.
エクスカリバー
There we go. Jesus, man, these screams. It's over. The mastermind that sent this Holy Grail war awry, Kiara Shuin, is defeated. She had absorbed Sakura and Bibi, taken over the moon cell and attained godhood, and this mere human, along with Archer, brought her to her knees.
どういうことどういうことなの私が勝とうが負けようが最高の快楽が得られるはずだったのにこれっぽっちも心地よくありません。こんなに寂しいのは地上で体を殺されて以来。いえ、そもなぜ私が倒されるのでしょう。私は間違いなく神の座に登った。
Her words carry feebly. Kiara, at death's doors, utters a final, delirious ramble.
何？分かっていなかったのか？確かに今のお前は全能だ。人間相手では負ける道理がないだろう。しかし、その人類の中でただ一人、お前では殺せない者がいる。他でもない。あいつだ。お前はアルターエゴだけではなく、BB とサクラまで取り込んだ。いや、彼女たちの力を元にした。故に、お前はあいつにだけは全能を振るうことができない。なぜかだと？は、語るまでもない。核として取り込まれた彼女たちは、自らの恋を守るために、お前の中で必死に逆らい続けていたのだからな。
そんなこと、なぜ教えなかったのです、アンデルス。
いや、何？この星で唯一自分を打倒しうる敵がいる。それを承知で挑戦を受け入れるとは、バカな女だと思ったが、実際は、バカを上回るアホだったとは最悪だ。自分の弱点に気づかないまま、自信満々に正面から戦ったのだから。
知っていたら戦いません。適当な領域に飛ばして、領域ごと破棄していましたのに。でもそれも素敵なことですが、英雄でもなく救世主でもなく、同じ女に倒されたなんて、本当に男女の仲は不思議なもの。ムーンセルが手を焼くのも当然と言えましょう。
The light fades from Kiara's eyes. Her core has been completely destroyed, and Mooncell's power is preserving her form for now, but that will run out soon. I see here only the afterimage of Kiara's Seshuin, which means Sakura and Bibi.
システムの不正終了を確認しました。リブートします。異常の原因である外部生態回路を破棄。稼働可能の管理システムを検索。発見。接続します。ムーンセル再起動成功しました。全桜システムが凍結していた人類への干渉を再開します。文明の崩壊まで7日間を予定。その結末の全データを摂政員キアラにいえその命令は破棄されました。汚染された中枢および裏側は全て初期状態にリセット。いえ、不正に招かれたマスターを正常座標に戻した後再セッティングに移行します。先輩、急いで中枢から脱出してください。ムーンセルの自浄機能が働きます。
Oh yeah, better get out of here. It's Sakura. That whisk belongs to Sakura. This is great. I can see her, but I know she's safe.
はい、先輩のおかげです。今は緊急措置としてムーンセルの制御を任されています。ムーンセルの初期化手続きを見届けたらすぐにそちらに行きますね。だから早く。
Oh, what about Bibi? Is Bibi with her?
彼女は私より長くキアラのプログラムに侵されていたから。
行くぞ。BB を案じる気持ちはわかるが、今は脱出が優先だ。
Yeah, Archer's right. We need to get out of
ム
here.
ーンセルは事情レベルを5に設定。初期値にないデータは全てパージされます。急いでください。中枢から手さえすれば外界へのパスは簡単に通せますから。
We press for time. The Mooncell score area includes both this place and the path that led to it. We'll have to run for it. If we get caught in this purge, we will earn herself a laugh at our expense. Before we can leave.
かくして魔王は倒され、少女はあるべき現実に立ち戻るか。やはり凡作になったな。安易だ。王道だ。何のひねりもない。世にあまたある消費娯楽。誰の心に残ろうか。
Anderson is barking as he does, but doesn't leave Kiara's side. When a master is defeated, their servant always goes down with them. Still, I can't help but feel like Anderson was supporting us from the beginning and all until all the way till the end. Just leaving him behind here is a bit.
なんだ、まだいたのか。骨の髄まで善良な女なのか。よせよせ。それでは息づかれるぞ。あいにく俺からお前に送る言葉はとっくに品切れだ。さっさと出ていけ。くだらん結末を見せつけた女の顔なんぞ見たくもない。それとも、ここで俺と共に消えるか。
Anderson's mind is set. I turn away and run from the core, though it pains me.
敗者の傷に塩まで塗るとは、全くの凡夫、全くの三流役者だ。しかし、名書か悪書かなど、読者の遍歴によって変わるもの。その基準で評するのなら、やはり毒が強すぎるな。少年少女の恋が勝つなど、俺にはいささか眩しすぎる結末だ。
Let's go ahead and save. Beyond this point, there's no return. Yeah. Might as well do with the save. Time to get the hell out of
こ
here.
の通路は月の表への直通だな。裏側はすでに初期化されているようだ。 旧校舎は完全に消滅したから君が生き残るには表側の正しい時間軸に戻るしかないようだ。
Yeah, no time to stand around. Gotta run, my
表
guy.
に抜ける方法だがいいじゃないか。俺にも最後の仕事が残っているようだ。走れマスター。これが最後のサバイバルだ。
Indeed. Time to run.
行くとするか。マスター指示を頼む。無限ではないが果てが見えない。このままでは初期化に飲まれる。
それは404光年とされる
God damn.
理論防壁です。待ってください。今10億8000万のショートカットを作成して
光の速さで404年か。気の遠くなる話だ。悠長に喋っている余裕はないな。見えた。あれがこの領域の終わり。表側との境界か。
We made it. Once we get inside, Wait. This is a barrier. How do we get in?
下がっていろ。破壊する。だが間に合うか。
Sparks fly from Archer's strikes. It causes the barrier at the edge of the world to crack slightly. Archer continues an unrelenting blade wallop. A little more than this might break the barrier, but Archer rings out his very soul into each rending blow. But we're out of time. The reinitialization wave blooms. We made it.
Honestly, 情けないわね、白い方は。ショートカットを作るだけで精一杯なわけ？
There she is. Ruby. Thank goodness she's alive and well. And she stopped the reinitialization wave from us.
でもさすがにこれきついですね。私もまだ体が残っていればうまくごまかすことぐらいできるんでしょうけど。
BB's body is being disassembled by the red wave. She'll end up vanishing into the crimson, waiting to pull her to safety. I try, but I can't get close. The black barrier BB put up isn't just holding back the reinitialization wave, it's also stopping me from coming back to her, for her.
当然じゃないですか。私が何のために死体に鞭打って戻ってきたと思っているんです。本当に嫌だったけど先輩を助けるために我慢してやってるんです。ここで後戻りされたら意味がありません。
BB's falling apart. The handful of spirits left in her body are disappearing. Protecting Hakuno Tsunami all alone has been whittling away at her body this entire time. Now she's about to disappear.
いいんですってば。私は元からないものでした。だからどんなに傷ついたってへっちゃらだった。ないんだから痛みも傷もつかないって理屈です。無理めな自己改造だってノープロブレム。全然辛くはありませんでした。
That's a lie. I know just how grueling the path she's taken has been. I know that she took over the moon cell. She was fully aware that it would break her. That's what makes this infuriatingly frustrating. I mean, I don't understand. I never asked her to do it all for me. I never asked for you to bear all the pain for me.
ああ、それがわからないのは当然です。先輩、 大したことしてくれなかったし、いまいち冴えない人だったし。でもそれが嬉しかった。選ばれた才能ある人間が輝かしい手を差し伸べて選んでくれるより、どこにでもいるあなたが精一杯の言葉で笑ってくれたことが私たちには嬉しかった。私が夢見るにはそれだけのことで十分でした。
She says that she has enough for her. She must be referring to the old days back in the infirmary. All we did was spend the days chatting, yet it was enough for her to take an enemy of the entire world.
もう限界ですね。ああ、かっこ悪いったらない。白いのは笑えないわ。たった数分しか持たないなんて。ほら、あーちゃんさん、早くその幸せな人を送ってあげてください。ずっと遠く遠く、私の手が届かないぐらい遠く、未練も夢も見えなくなるぐらい遠くに。
そうか、君も彼女だったということか。その決意に感謝する。この体。
Red wave engulfs BB's black light. Behind me, I hear the barrier cracking. At this point, even if we're to reach out to run to her, BB's too far.
さよなら。また今日に会いましょう。楽しかったな、あの日々は。あ、そうだ。最後に一つ言い忘れてました。なんで助けに来るのが嫌だったかというとですね、先輩に見せる最後の私がかっこ悪いのが嫌だなって。
She's disappearing. The red wave is engulfing BB. All while facing away from us, bracing her limbs as she does her utmost to stand her ground and not look back. Her fingers don't reach. There's no reclaiming our time together now. I couldn't save her, not even once. So that's why I don't leave her unrequited call. I call out, BB. I call out BB's name. The last I saw BB, she wore a seemingly troubled and disappointing smile. My outstretched hand grazed against her tattered black cloak. Suddenly, I witnessed a time-crossed vision.
例えば、それは道端に転がっている小さな石です。何かを捨ても、
Oops.
道行く人たちは気にも留めません。石の声は人間たちには聞こえないからです。そもそもその石だって自分が何を言いたいのか分かっていません。ただそこにあるだけのものでした。でもそこに変な人が通りかかって石を拾い上げると真剣に耳を澄ますのです。石は一層声を上げて自分でもわからない気持ちを伝えます。変な人はますます真剣な顔なのです。石はもどかしくなって自分の不器用さを恥じ入りました。自分がもっと人寄りなら、きちんとした人間なら確かな言葉を伝えられるのにと。その時に気づいたのです。石が叫んでいたのはずっとそういうものに憧れていたからだと。 それを聞き届けた彼女は言いました。じゃあ一緒に行こう。まるで対等の友人のように、取るに足らない路傍の石をただ一つのものとして接してくれた。こんな奇跡を私は知りません。ムーンセルにだって記録されていないと思います。だからこの命はあなたのために。一時でもあると夢を見させてくれたあなたのために、私は獲得した愛を使うのです。
The tires of her black cloak evaporate. Such was the vision I had glimpsed.
壁は破壊した。急げ、マスター。
Archer takes me by the hand as we stand before the white barrier. Is there an opening somewhere? Before I can check for one, I get pushed from behind. In an instant, I was thrown into a silent world. I don't know where this is, but I don't hear the reinitialization wave. I turned my head. Archer, come on. However,
なんとか間に合ったな。すまんな。君は文句を言うだろうが。
yeah,
まあ、適当なところで勘弁してくれ。
it's very in character of him to sacrifice himself to save another, huh? Archer? Why is he just standing there staring at me? The opening closed for some reason. His stare is gentle. It's almost as if he's seeing me off. It's as if we're parting ways.
まるでではない。我々はここで別れる。私はそちら側には行けないからな。表側に戻れるのは、いや、月の裏側に囚われ生還できるのはマスターのみ。君というマスターの力で形を保っていられたが、それもここまでだ。君がこちらから消えれば私も消える。そうひどい顔をするな。短い間だったが最低限の仕事はこなした。それでよしとしてほしい。
This can't be. Archer is going to disappear too. We fought alongside this whole time. I had no memories. He believed in me more than I did myself. Archer is irreplaceable to me. No amount of thanks would be enough to thank him. He's going to disappear right at the very end.
それは違う。私は君というマスターのおかげでここまで来られた。サーバントは最後には消えるものだ。多くのサーバントは戦いの中で消える。しかし君が最後まで勝利したからこうして荷を下ろすことができた。我が戦いにただの一度も敗北もなく。
I call Archer's name. I bash against the immaterial barrier. Now his face has become unrecognizable.
ああ、もう顔が見えないな。別れを長引かせるのは良くないんだが、今回ばかりは多めに見てくれ。聞こえるか、マスター。君は剣を預けるに足る素晴らしい人間だった。ありがとう。生前に叶わなかった夢を君が俺に果たさせてくれた。さあ、最後の仕事だ。
Indeed.
先輩として迷える後輩の面倒が残っているだろう。 私はもう見ることは叶わないが、何の不安もない。君らしい強さで彼女を救ってあげたまえ。
Off he goes. A fitting end to him, I will say. There's no sense in direction in this place, but I walk towards where I think the way forward is. This place lies between the near and the far side. I guess I'm in the middle of nowhere within that border. It does look very pretty, I will say. And this triumphant feeling as well. Yeah, we have to go this way. Oh, there it is. As seconds pass, hours, after all that walking, I find a door that figures an exit. Once I go through, I'll be back where I'm supposed to be. At least that's what I believe. Not that I have any proof. There are no more obstacles. BB, who was taken over by the moon, is gone. Kara, who had corrupted BB, is defeated. All there is left to do is open this door. But before that, I call up behind me. Are you there, Sakura? There she is, all looking healthy again.
Hi. お疲れ様でした、先輩。その先が出口です。どうぞ進んでください。あなたにはその資格がありますから。
There's no doubt that she's physically here. She's also partially transparent. Is this the cost of remaining in the moon cell? Or just like BB, she can no longer construct a body for herself? Well, none of that matters right now. I got to meet her again. And with that, I know what I need to do now. Come on. Let's get out of here. I grip her hand, but no longer feel any warmth in them. I'm fine with her just being here though. I will not forget this time. I won't be going alone anymore. I'm going to return to the future. If I'm going to return to the future, it'll be alongside Sakura.
ダメです。私はそちらには行けません。だって今回の事件の原因は私です。何もできなかったけれど、せめて最後の責任は果たさないと。
I don't care. We are going.
私は自分ごと BB の生み出したシステムをリセットします。それで全てが元に戻るんです。今なら私がいなかったことにできます。表の聖杯戦争も正しく運営されて、取り込まれたマスターたちも犠牲になりません。
Sakura will have never existed. Sounds like she's going to alter the past, but it's probably something different. That includes all the anomalies, all of those who fell victim in the far side of the moon. The moment we were swept from the near side, it felt like we were just in Sakura's dream. Which means that once the dream ends, everything will vanish with it. In my case, I would then return to the moment right before I was captured by the shapeshifter. Only the feeling that something strange happened will remain with the other masters.
はい。表側、正しい歴史では原因である私と セッション員キアラが消失するだけです。私の場合、私が消えても新しい私がいるので、保健室はあのままですけどね。
I see. Once I leave this area, I'll lose my memories of the far side, or rather, it'll be as if they were never happened. In which case, I suppose it's completely pointless to take Sakura with me. Reason being, the moment we make it outside, I'll even lose the emotions I'm feeling right now.
そうですね。だから先輩は一人で行ってください。それを見届けたら。
Sakura's eyes tell me that she's chosen to disappear along with the system's abnormalities. I get it. I let go of her hand, and then after Sakura sighs in relief, I once again go and hold her by the arms.
先輩
I'm not letting you go. We're going out here together. Sakura said that nothing will remain. I'm okay with that, even that. Still, we're leaving together. To me, that's the most important thing I want to do. Whatever happens after, honestly, I couldn't care less.
どうして先輩の言ってることは破綻しています。元の世界に戻るために戦ってきたんじゃないですか。
That's only half the story. My goal now is to leave with Sakura. She's become that dear to me. I only put down Kiara's ambitions and dealt with the moon's abnormalities because they got in the way of that goal.
私が大切。でも私はこの事件の元凶で。
Kiara was the one behind all this. It's all over anyways, so let's not drag it back up. If the moon is going to get reset and the victims no longer exist, then there will flat out be nothing to blame Sakura for. Also, if little hand-holding is enough to send her blushing, then I'll just say it already. I want her to admit that she is happy that Hakuno Kishinami cares for her. Also, Sakura will not be disappearing. The system's abnormalities can go, but that's it. If we can't make that happen, then at least I want her to still exist. Maybe Hakuno Kishinami can't stay the same person, but I want Sakura to forever be who she is. Not an NPC, but the same as the other human. She's connected to the moon cell, so she should be able to pull some strings.
でも私はAI で未来なんて夢見ちゃいけなくて、先輩と一緒でもそれもきっと嘘なんです。だって私には愛がわからない。先輩を優先していい理由がなくて。
I see. That's why Sakura blames herself. What tortures her to the point of wanting to make herself disappear. Sakura once said, I give priority to Hakuno Kishinami because Hakuno Kishinami is capable of resolving this dilemma. Now that the dilemma is resolved, Sakura has neither reason, liberty, or logic behind prioritizing Hakuno Kishinami. Sakura has once shouted this, so long as I don't understand love, I can't confirm that I like you.
だからいいんです。私は BB とは違う。あの子のように矛盾は犯せない。どんなに先輩にそばにいてほしくても、その理由が私にはわからない。私の
Fake? No, that's wrong. I may not know a way to save Sakura either, but I can tell her straight up that she's wrong though about...
私の間違い。先輩は愛が何なのか知ってるんですか？
What is love anyways? Is it sympathy? Is it something to benefit from? The answer to that question will give Bibi and Sakura redemption. But I don't think any reasoning will prove convincing. So as long as a human has a heart, has life, they won't be able to explain the metaphysical concept of love. The love that humans speak of lacks purity as a system. What is affection? Tackling that problem mechanically or mathematically will surely break us. Therefore, I may not know the answer, but I know where you're wrong. And off we go. When one speaks of love, one shouldn't speak of the reason behind it. I want to hold, embrace you like this because I love you.
理由は語ってはいけない。ただ好きということだけで
It's
その
fine.
愛は肯定されていいんですか？
Yeah, people have tried to explain emotions through logic, but they all have failed. Love is illogical and irrational. It's a matter that science has yet to explain. But that's the reason why science advances. The concept of the heart is too blunder-prone a thing, too superfluous. Science seeks to prove why the universe produces such a thing. That's right. In the end of times, when all warmth has cooled, one day, may this vague heart serve as the final salvation for all intelligent life.
ごめんなさい。こんなことに巻き込んでごめんなさい。ずっと隠していてごめんなさい。あなたが好きだって一緒にいてほしいってずっと言えなくてごめんなさい。
As if clinging on, as if to remove all doubt, our fingers intertwine. As I grip her hand tightly, I realize I was right in my struggle. I wasn't able to compete for the Holy Grail as a master, but I got to leave something behind. I want to stay like this a little longer, but it looks like our time is up. This borderland may go forever, but we can't maintain the door for the outside for that long. Let's go. All we can do is head toward our rightful timeline, a future we can't take back. I grip Sakura's hand and face the door. I may no longer be the person I am now once I leave, but until that moment comes, I want to finish this together with Sakura.
本当に私でいいんですか？
Huh? Of course. The same way Sakura wants to be with me, I want to be with her.
それでしたらもう一個だけ質問です。私が最後にものすごいズルをしても叱りませんか？
Yeah, let's go. A crazy trick. I didn't expect to hear that. I definitely won't get mad. If it were the capricious BB, then maybe. But I don't think Sakura would do anyone wrong by making trouble. As if shaking off any lingering reluctance, we spring off and into the door. Now, it'll be as if nothing happened. Our fight to the far side, Sakura's memories, this version of me trying to act strong will all disappear. Then, I feel a tug at my hand. I turn to Sakura and see.
そんなことにはさせません。先輩、私、すっごく欲張りですよ。
Yeah, we know. You are still the one who created BB, so she's still in you in a way, right? I see a warm smile beaming with hope. they're reusing assets from extra here. I slowly awaken. It feels like I was dreaming, something nostalgic. My body feels much heavier, but there isn't a trace of discomfort. It's like the weight is from me back when back where I belong. It's like the weight was mine before I was even born. The wind caresses my cheek. There are organisms here visible to me, and microorganisms that aren't. There's the sun, water, and air. I smell a familiar assorted mixture. It's the scent of earth. There's also one other scent that tickles my nostrils. It's a soapy smell. The smell of bare skin. The smell of a clean clothes. Ah, I know what this is too. After all, this face belongs to the girl I've been with so long. This is the face, the girl I wanted to protect and fought so hard for. Wait, why do I remember all that? I thought that once we went through that door I would forget everything.
骨坊さんなんですね。
There we go. The second ending where we go on into the earth, really, not the moon. I rouse myself in a hurry. I've taken notice that I'm naked. I'm sitting inside some sort of capsule. Moreover, floating far off and above my side, a perfect, luminescent circle. That's the moon. That's how it looks like from Earth. That's the actual moon. Which must mean I'm returned from the cyberspace and now I'm now on Earth. I still don't remember anything from before I joined the Holy Grail War, but I haven't lost a single memory from my time on the moon. Am I on Earth?
はい、その通りです。ちょっとズルして好きでの先輩をこっちに連れてきちゃいました。
Sakura smiles mischievously. So this is what her trick was. Well, I'm genuinely happy about it. But how did Sakura make it to Earth? I figured she couldn't exist outside the cyberspace.
あれ、先輩？もしかして蘇生に失敗しちゃいました？私のことわかりますか？
Well, whatever. I don't need to sweat the details. Sakura is here as a Sakura I know. I may have only been temporary, but Sakura was connected to the moon cell. I bet she could pull up any sort of miracle. It would also be thoughtless of me to hound her with questions.
はい、こうしてやってきちゃいました。あなたがそれでいいと言ってくれたから。
Okay, that was an impossible wish that I could ever expect to come true, but I'm very glad that I stated it anyways. I take a deep breath and squint. Unless I take a second, I may make myself dizzy out of extreme joy and end up falling back asleep.
そうですよ。また眠っちゃったら私寂しいです。先輩は普段のんびり屋さんですから。
I'm aware of that. I'd appreciate it if she didn't point it out. I can be absent-minded at times, but put me on the spot and I'll get flustered just like any ordinary person.
そこは人並みじゃありません。平均よりちょっと上のとんでもない行動力の化身です。そんな先輩だからあの嘘の世界で何もかもを助けられたんです。でもちょっと不安です。ここは何もかも物質的で。
Yeah, it's gotta be a very wild difference from being an entirely digital creature to suddenly having flesh and bones and blood and whatever, right?
単純な仕組みで動いているのに、きっとうまくいかないことばかりなんでしょうね。
Yeah, she's not wrong. On Earth, theory alone isn't everything. Limited resources and ambition make the world go round. In this human world, even if in the face of an optimal solution, a clash with emotions can lead to trekking in unforeseen directions. Still, that's the reason why.
多くの未来、多くの未知が誕生する。怖いけどドキドキします。これが私たちの住む世界。長い時間をかけて愛を形にする世界なんですね。
That's right, I obtained neither the Holy Grail nor a miracle. Despite being summoned to the moon, rather than being a hero and accomplishing something great, I choose something expected for a human to choose. Whether that decision was correct depends on what to do from here on out. Which is why I have only one thing to say right now.
さあ、どこに行きましょうか、先輩。ここで平和に暮らすこともできますけど、先輩はじっとしていられないでしょ。あなたはそういう人ですから、無力でも前に進もうとする。まだ見ぬ未来に恋焦がれる。そんな人だから、人形も人間に憧れた。あなたの力になりたくなった。どこまでもお供させてください。先輩が夢見るものが私の夢なんですから。
Her satisfied smile is a tad blinding. Yeah, I have one thing to say right now. I'm glad I protected this smile. Even if it means parting with an almighty miracle, to see this tiny miracle that blossomed from the moon smiling here.
それで、先輩、今更ですけど、ちゃんと言葉にしていいですか？
Yeah?
遅くなりましたけど、あなたの気持ちが嬉しいです。あなたがいてくれて嬉しい。私、あなたのすべてに恋をしています。
I get it from the capsule. Now that's something to hear, I smile back. My limbs aren't moving exactly as I'd like them yet, but I can clearly feel the earth in the wind. Jeez. It seems I slept longer than I realized. My battle continues, but now I won't be contenting for something. It'll be to nurture something, and if it's going to prove difficult anyways, if the goal's going to be an ending, then let the future be unreachable. For example, yeah, let the future extend so far that I one day get another chance to meet all those people I miss so. I find myself looking at the sky out of reach. Let's go beyond the distance, Silver Moon. And that was Fate Extra CCC Space Lesbians Save the World. Really cute. And we actually get the full song here as well. A really cool, cute ending there. Sacrificing everything to save Sakura, huh? I quite liked it. And having Archer as the servant for this thing is even better, honestly. I do think it just feels so in character for him to sacrifice his own self to make other people happy in a way. Even if he is different than Stay Night's Archer, right? Then again, it's very good and cool. I like this a lot. There is still one more thing to do. But that can be done in the next part. It's a short little scene. It can be done in the next part. If you load up a CCC save file, a CCC route save file, right? Yeah, I'll show off in an extra part. Yeah, that's all there is to it. I'll just let the song play out, and yeah, I'll see you later.
けない花に誇る理由くれた人、あなたには生きてほしい。強い風にもしもこの花散ったとして本のかすかな希望の針が私からあなたへと伝えてく。不器用な恋もいびつな愛もすべて砂に変えるけど、尽きぬ未来見えるかな。
The end. What a ride, huh? And that was that. Alright, so right now I'm gonna cut out here. It's gonna be it for now. Next thing, I'm actually gonna show off a little scene we can get if you load the CCC ending thing. Yeah, that. So yeah, without anything else, that's gonna be it for me. I hope you enjoyed, and that was Fate Extra CCC. Ciao.